The Elder Scrolls 6 may be one of the most painful video game subjects of today's gaming industry. It's been a tie with Half-Life 3 for quite some time, but unlike Half-Life and Valve, Elder Scrolls and Bethesda are soon likely to be in a dire need of a release date. The initial teaser felt like a promise that a full-fledged Elder Scrolls 5 sequel was actively on its way, but it didn't bring much substance. The studio has been unusually quiet about the game, leaving us cling to the few breadcrumbs they've dropped over the years since that moment at E3 2018. It's been so long, in fact, E3 since shut down for good. Todd Howard, the game director, has made occasional references to the development timeline, hinting that the game would follow the release of Starfield. This vague promise that Test 6 would come after Starfield offered little reassurance, as Starfield itself was subject to multiple delays and years of additional work. The wait itself has been so long, the development has become a subject to a number of theories. While the studio has undoubtedly been focusing on completing Starfield, this focus hasn't stopped fans from speculating that deeper issues could be contributing to the delays with Test 6. The hottest theory being that the game engine Creation Engine 2 may not yet be optimized to handle the ambition set out for Test 6. Leading to ongoing development challenges, it's noteworthy that even Starfield has been criticized on that front by the developers themselves. The gaming industry has been undergoing rapid shifts in technology and market expectations. Now, under Microsoft, Bethesda faces increasing pressure to modernize their approach. The studio is famous, or infamous, for the Creation Engine, which has powered Skyrim, Fallout 4, and now Starfield. While the studio revamped the engine for Starfield, the Creation Engine may not be enough for a new Elder Scrolls title, especially if Bethesda aims to exceed the scale, complexity, and immersion of Skyrim. Different theory is that Bethesda might be rethinking the direction of Test 6, knowing it has an immense legacy to uphold and millions of dedicated fans to satisfy. The success of open-world RPGs from other studios such as Witcher 3, Elden Ring, and even Assassin's Creed has set a high bar that Bethesda will need to match, if not exceed. These competing titles have raised expectations for open-world RPGs, putting the studio in the position of not only meeting expectations, but possibly redefining them. This could mean reimagining certain core mechanics of the Elder Scrolls series, which could take significant time and testing to get right. With Starfield receiving mixed reviews and failing to meet Bethesda's hopes for a groundbreaking success, Test 6 has become even more critical for Bethesda's reputation and financial performance. Starfield faced critiques about its pacing, storytelling, and technical glitches, aspects that Bethesda's games are historically known for, but which fans were less forgiving of this time around. With Microsoft's acquisition of Bethesda, the stakes have only risen, as Microsoft will want their major releases to justify the acquisition costs and drive up Xbox Game Pass subscriptions. In addition, Bethesda's past releases such as Fallout 76, Redfall, or Deadloop did not perform to the level expected of a studio with Bethesda's pedigree. Fallout 76 was widely criticized for its lack of polish, uninspiring gameplay, and lack of meaningful content at launch. This history of recent underperformance makes Test 6 even more vital. Bethesda's legacy is built on the success of Elder Scrolls and Fallout, and Test 6 may need to be a near-perfect release to reinvigorate the brand. Various rumors suggest potential directions Bethesda could be taking with Test 6. Some whispers indicate a larger emphasis on procedural generation and AI, similar to Starfield, allowing for a vast, ever-evolving world that players could immerse themselves in. If true, this might create the most expansive world in Elder Scrolls history, but it could also result in unforeseen technical issues if the technology isn't fully developed. There are also rumors that Bethesda is considering new gameplay mechanics, such as updated faction systems, a more interactive magic system, and deeper character customization. The franchise has traditionally been set in Tamriel, and fans are curious if the game will explore new regions like Hammerfell, High Rock, or Valenwood. Hammerfell is the homeland of the Red Guards, a fiercely independent and resilient people known for their exceptional swordsmanship and rich cultural heritage. The province is a mix of deserts, mountainous terrain, and coastal areas, which presents a rugged, varied landscape that would be a departure from Skyrim's frigid wilderness. Geographically, Hammerfell has expansive deserts like the Alec, vast dunes, and ancient ruins, which would lend themselves well to a game with survival-based mechanics and harsh, unforgiving landscapes. Valenwood is a stark contrast to Hammerfell's desert landscapes, the homeland of the Wood Elves. It's a wild, lush region of Tamriel, dominated by dense forests, mystical groves, and the famous moving city of Falanesti. Valenwood's wilderness is teeming with strange creatures, ancient magic, and trees as tall as mountains. The Bosmer's deep respect for nature, combined with their unique practices like the Green Pact, a religious vow prohibiting the harm of plants. That would give Test 6 a very different atmosphere if it were set here. One of the employees has been actively posting some inspiration images on their Pinterest profile, seemingly confirming the desert region will take place. The second piece of evidence the community fabricated is the loose interpretation of the teaser we have received 6 years ago. Bethesda's place in the industry is currently precarious. The Elder Scrolls franchise helped shape the RPG genre and cultivate an incredibly loyal fanbase, but recent missteps have damaged the studio's reputation. While Starfield might have given the studio more time to refine Test 6, the disappointing response to Starfield also means that Test 6 needs to go beyond mere satisfaction. It must amaze. Releasing Test 6 as anything less than a groundbreaking RPG experience could jeopardize their standing as an RPG powerhouse, and perhaps even lead to significant shifts within the company if it fails to perform. And there, the similarities with Half-Life 3 lie. While surely Elder Scrolls 6 has higher chance at being made, the significance of each release has closely related impact. Skyrim has been released on November of 2011, leaving most fans in a constant frenzy for nearly 13 years, or in a flux of excitement and anxiety if they choose to play the Elder Scrolls Online. Loosely, we could even make connection between this situation and the GTA 6 release. Just like Skyrim, GTA 5 was also released 4 times on 4 different platforms, if you include PC versions. The expectations that weighed down on a franchise going for this long are bound to crack the table eventually. And while Half-Life fans probably don't even hope anymore, Test 6 is a real title that just has a very wide release window. It's not secret that Bethesda needs to show both old and new fans of the franchise that they still can make incredibly big but also rich video game that is not Skyrim. Add the overlooming Microsoft trying to make their money's worth, and suddenly Test 6 is the video game that could make or break Bethesda permanently.